Hello everyone and welcome to my video. My name is Lauren and I am a nurse in the healthcare field, and I want to speak with you guys about something that is currently happening in the healthcare field regarding the COVID vaccine. So it's important for me to tell you about this because there is likely going to be a time in the near future where this sort of thing is going to start happening to everybody who is in the workforce. So, as we know, the COVID vaccine is here. I mean, it's being distributed, especially to healthcare workers and other frontline workers. So, I personally work in a small nursing home setting, and we are being offered the vaccine, I believe, next week. So, we do have the choice for now to get it or to not get it. The only stipulation is if we don't want the vaccine, we have to sign a declination form, which I have right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, it's probably backwards. But I want to talk about this because this is something that everybody is probably going to be forced to sign in the workplace. And I just want to point out some things with you guys. Just be careful what you sign regarding refusing the vaccine because at first I thought, oh, thank goodness, I can refuse this. Let me go ahead and sign this document real quick. But then I looked a little bit closer at it and I realized it's a bit of a trap. So, like I said, I don't think you guys can read it from that view, but let me just read it to you guys. It says it's a COVID-19 vaccination declination employee statement. And it says, I am aware that I have been offered the COVID-19 vaccination and have had a chance to have my questions answered. And then it has this little asterisk part. They threw in there. And if you read it closely, it says, I understand the best way to stop COVID-19 is to get the vaccine and to protect myself and our community members, which is what they call the residents at our facility. It says, I also understand the risks and benefits of the vaccine, and I decline the vaccine. So now that might sound a little bit harmless at first, but when you read it a few times, it says, I understand the best way to stop COVID-19 is to get the vaccine. And then they want you to sign at the bottom. So you're signing this saying basically that you agree with this statement, whether you agree with it or not. It's kind of a trap, right? It's like coercing someone to say, oh, yeah, I'll sign this. Well, but now they're stating that they agree that the vaccine is the best way to stop COVID. So now they can flip it back on you and say, okay, you signed this saying you agree to this, so why didn't you get the vaccine? You know what I mean? It's a very odd form. And I know this is specific to just where I work, but I would assume that these forms are going to come out in other workplaces as the vaccine is distributed across the country. And they even want you to specify your reasoning for declining the vaccine, which, quite frankly, is none of their business. I don't see how they can legally ask or demand that answer out of you. My theory is they want to know why you're declining the vaccine so that they can come around and find a solution to it and then try to get you to take the vaccine. For example, if you put on here, oh, I'm allergic to eggs, for example, as a reason, they can come back and say, oh, we have an egg-free version of the vaccine. And you signed saying you agreed that the vaccine was the best way to stop COVID. So line up, let's get you vaccinated. So it's just really concerning. It's a very eerie document. I mean, I don't know who typed this up. It almost seems like lawyer speak, right? It's kind of tricking you into agreeing with this statement. So just be careful what you sign, guys. I don't foresee most employers to mandate it right away, but they're going to try and get you to sign something saying, this is me declining and this is why. And they're going to try and spin it on you and say, oh, but now we have a solution to why you didn't want the vaccine. So now you have to take it. So just be careful. And I work for a very small, private, religious facility that's never cared about vaccines before. So it's very strange that even a small facility like this is coming out with these ridiculous documents. So I could only imagine what larger, more mainstream companies are going to do. So just for giggles, I did grab at work the vaccine administration informed consent papers. And this isn't specific to my employer, this is a Walgreens informed consent form. And I just want to highlight one thing on here. So this is for if you were to go and get the vaccine at Walgreens. And they make you sign this huge, long, informed consent. They make you answer a bunch of questions about if you've ever had a medical condition, if you've ever had all these allergies, if you're pregnant or want to become pregnant. Lots of questions on here. But one thing I wanted to point out in this informed consent form for getting the vaccine at Walgreens is there's a sentence here, the very last sentence of the first paragraph, and it states, I hereby release and hold harmless each applicable provider, its staff, agents, successors, divisions, affiliates, subsidiaries, officers, directors, contractors, and employees from any and all liabilities or claims, whether known or unknown, arising out of, in connection with, or in any way related to the administration of the vaccine. Now, that's quite the sentence, but basically, what this is saying is you're screwed. If you have any sort of adverse or side effect or adverse reaction from this vaccine, you're screwed. You will get no compensation. You will have no possibility of making a claim or receiving liability, no matter how small. Imagine if you were to get the vaccine and you developed flu-like symptoms from the vaccine and you needed a couple days off of work. You're not going to get paid for that. You could say, well, I got the vaccine, so now you should pay me for my time off, right? Nope. They're not liable to anything, any damage. So these are some pretty interesting documents they're having us look over regarding the vaccine. And I know most people haven't seen these yet because it's just starting with healthcare workers. But just be careful, guys. Be careful what you sign. Don't just sign everything right away. Take it home, look it over, get a second pair of eyes on it. Someone you trust, someone you think is intelligent, have them look over these documents before you just go ahead and sign, because they could probably use it against you in the future, and you don't want to put yourself in that kind of position. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to discuss regarding the vaccine. I'm sick of talking about the vaccine. It's definitely not a pleasure of mine to sit here and rant about the vaccine all the time, but it's something that needs to be talked about because it's now or never. I mean, it's here. It's in the US. It's being distributed. So we need to keep spreading the truth and getting real factual information out there. And I'm not necessarily trying to convince anyone to take it or not take it. I'm just trying to say, do your own research. Don't just get it because some doctor told you it's safe. I don't care how many letters you have behind your name. I don't care how long you went to medical school. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to listen to anyone telling me it's safe, because how can I fully trust you? Do your own research, right? Look at the FDA study of these vaccines. Look at what the CDC says, and you'll find a lot of it is quite concerning. There's no reason we should be getting an experimental medical treatment, in my opinion, that hasn't been proven safe. So feel free to share this video, and thanks for watching.